Good afternoon, everyone. My name is George Robinson.
Hello, I'm Lachlan.
Hi everyone, my name is Long.
My name is Jun.
Yeah, we can start the presentation now.
Okay, good to go. Okay, so welcome everyone to our COIL project. We're group number 19 on the Marathon Corporation assignment. So achieving and exceeding target profit while at the same time maintaining the sustainability is the ultimate goal of any business. In Marathon Corporation, we constantly challenge ourselves to reach that goal. This report provides deep insights into current performance of the company, in which we realize that the company is failing to achieve its targeted income for 2019. From there, 4 suggestions are contemplated, and the suggestion to redesign the package will be proved to be the most efficient solution. Finally, a number of further suggestions will be given to maximize the performance of the company. This report is a written representation of the numerous calculations performed to achieve the best financial outcome for Marathon Corporation. The purpose of this report is to advise Marathon Corporation of the most ideal business strategies moving forward to achieve maximum profitability. In recent years, profits have fallen and Marathon's management has considered a number of alternatives. This report, alongside with the Google Sheets document Marathon calculations, explores the alternatives management has suggested and oftentimes suggests which alternatives are the best options to achieve success within the flash drive manufacturing industry. Please go to the next slide. And the next one, please. Marathon Corporation maintains the same level of inventory each year. The information presented here is regarding the expenses anticipated for 2019. My partner will continue the presentation.
I will continue with the question is, do Marathon Corporation reach its targeting income? Marathon expected the profit is $75,000 in 2019, with the sales volume at 40,000 units. But with 40,000 units, Marathon just gained income of $60,000. So to achieve their estimated profit, they should increase sales volume up to 41,072 units. This means increase 3.2% of sales volume. Then its contribution margin ratio is 50%. That would be 50%, which the selling price per unit exceeds the variable cost per unit. Next, please. We collect the data, the information to create the contribution margin income statement for 2019. We have revenue is $1,120,000 and contribution margin is $560,000 after minus fixed cost we have final profits is $60,000. Now my partner will continue the next part.
So the effects of improvement suggestions. You go to the next slide. The current settings do not result in the company reaching its income target of $75,000. Max Pincus has asked for suggestions on how Marathon can improve its performance. 4 of his managers make different suggestions for change. These will result in 4 scenarios that have been labeled A to D. Some change the fixed costs, some the variable costs, and some change both. They all have different contribution margins and they all move the break-even point in unit sales. The scenarios also have widely differing sales forecasts associated with them. The table on the next slide summarizes the outcomes of the current settings and the 4 alternative scenarios from A to D. So that's shown there.
Okay, but should Marathon Corporation utilize any of the suggestions? The question asks us to rate the suggestions in terms of profitability. On that basis, the highest for B has the highest forecast income. They all have different break-even points in terms of unit sales on that basis. A is the best. They all have different contribution margins. B has the highest. However, A has the highest contribution margin ratio, 52.4%. They all have different levels of forecast unit sales required to reach their forecast. B is the highest and A is the lowest. In dollar sales, D is the highest and A is the lowest. Importantly, A and the original settings both have income lower than the $75,000 target. This means we are choosing between B, C, and D. This is a chart of break-even comparison versus unit sales for each of the scenarios. The small differences in slopes are due to different contribution margins. Different break-evens results from these differences in fixed costs. For a given number of sales, the most profitable scenario is A. In decreasing order, then are C, E, original, B, and D. Same order applies to break-even, with A the lowest. This is a sort of risk measurement. This chart shows the break-even number against selling price. We expect that it will be harder to sell a particular number as the selling price increases. If we are looking at the chances of breaking even, the lower the required sales, the better and the lower the price, the easier it should be to get to a particular number between B, C, and DC. And DC should be the easiest to achieve. And this again, the lower risk.
So another way to look at the comparison is to look at what dollar sales are required to reach the forecast income. Well, obviously 8 is the worst solution as it has an even lower forecast income than the original plan. Option D is it has way too high break-even point, so it cannot be considered a wise selection. So in our opinion, the most efficient option is option C, as it had the second highest forecast income as well as a very low break-even point compared to all other options. Well, in the next slide, we can see that similarly, well, C is proved to be the most efficient option as it has a high forecast unit sales as well as a low break-even unit required to break even. To sum up all our analysis we have done so far into the 4 options, we come to the conclusion that C is our most efficient option as it has a high forecast income of up to 172,000 US dollar, which is a big increase compared to the current situation of $60,000. It also has a contribution margin higher than the current performance. It has significantly less risk compared to option B and D. Moreover, for any given number of unit sales, it is more profitable. It also has the lowest unit sales break-even at equal lowest price. It has the lowest sales requirement to reach its forecast income. So the next part, we will continue with further recommendation for our company.
There are further recommendations that could be taken under consideration. The company can reasonably increase pricing for products and service or create service to add more value to the business, eliminating all activity and tasks that don't add any value toward the company or their customer by redesigning the system and workflow. This can minimize the unnecessary cost. Marathon Corporation can also innovatively create more ways to approach potential client and promotion in order to lengthen the customer retention. Moreover, the company should pay more attention and effort on product, service, channel, and customer that generate the most profit and come up with other selling strategies such as cross-sell, upsell to maximize the revenue. For the internal organization, it's strategic to reward the high-performing employees and punish the low one. Not only is going to reduce the staff turnover but save time and money to the staff that can actually generate the profit. From that, robbing low performer is also an option. Constantly negotiating with the supplier to find the best deal is one of the major things that should be considered. The company can look up for other supplier if it's necessary. So for the conclusion, through our research into the finance of Marathon Corporation, we were able to assess the trend and weaknesses of the company overall business performance. The report clearly showed the area in which business was weakening as well as area that were lacking. The analysis of different improvement options and further suggestion will be a broader understanding of the company structure. Based on this, we are able to help the company optimize their profitability and performance. Thank you for your listening.